get some of my, what part of time did you got?
Rap lyrics.
It's good.
Hey guys, welcome to Table Talk, the show where we talk about the stuff that you tell us to talk about on the Twitters with the hashtag Table Talk or on the Reddits with the r/SourceFed. You gave a bunch of topics to us, we're going to talk about them, but first, this episode is brought to you guys by Audible.com, and after you watch this, you're going to go to audible.com/SFNerd, and you're going to pick yourself up a 30-day trial for free. You're going to get a free download, and you're going to download The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. It's my favorite book. You're going to listen to it, because you don't have to read when you use this stuff, and if you don't like it, you can return it, but you're going to love it because it's the best book ever, and you got to give it a chance. I don't care what Philip DeFranco says.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're in the car, there's tons of apps you can use to listen to them, like on iOS, Android, Windows phones, and MP3 players.
Listen to it on whatever you want.
I listened to the Dark Tower series across the whole country. It was lovely.
You can return an audiobook?
You can return an audiobook. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it, aren't we, Will?
Yeah, we are, Joe. Oh, God.
I love the love today. Right off the top, you didn't even bust it. No. I like that.
Okay, I'll keep this guy.
It's okay, that's your
What
style.
does he want? At SourceFedNERD from Danny Birdsall. Do you ever read fan fiction? If so, what are some of your favorites?
Oh man, I have got a lot to say about this because my answer is no. Wait a minute, that means I have absolutely nothing to say about it. I can't answer it. Like, straight up, I've never read fan fiction.
Me either. I don't know. I like to make them up in my head.
Really, like, which SourceFed host do you like?
Which do I?
In your head, fan fiction?
Oh, see, I was just gonna say the only fan fiction I've ever read is SourceFed fan fiction.
You've actually read it?
Well, because people tweeted at us, and I'm like, this is fascinating. Like, there was one about the world ended, and all of us, like, Joe, you were all concerned about saving your family, and there was lots of weird love stuff going on. Like, Meg and Elliot shared this passionate kiss up on a cliff, and like, it was wacky, man.
We've talked about that before, unrelated to that. Like, what we would do if there was an apocalypse and they said, join Joe Beretta's team, but someone said you have a weakness because you have a family, so...
Oh, I mean, like, if things get tough, I'll totally cook them up.
Okay, then cool, I'm on your team. But then I can get cooked up too.
No.
You guys ever watch The Road?
No.
Man, watch or read The Road because, holy crap, it's like the most realistic, as we would imagine, apocalyptic... It's so hard.
Can you summarize for us?
Like a father and a son get through the apocalypse together. It is...
And they murder a lot of people.
Murder.
No, but they have to deal with the horrible, horrible sides of the human race as they struggle to survive in an endless, pointless existence.
I feel like that's every post-apocalyptic movie or book.
No, not this one. No
no?
zombies, no nothing. Just the horrible human nature struggling to survive. It is the most depressing movie you will watch, but it's so good.
I don't know.
It's so good.
I don't know, during an apocalypse, I feel like everybody's always like, oh, anarchy, anarchy. I would just be like, don't gotta go to work today.
So Will's dead.
Like, I guess I'm getting murdered, aren't I?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's cool, what am I living for?
You're living in a basement with a padlock on the door because you are a future meal for some other people.
Why would I want to even survive during an apocalypse?
You don't want to.
There's
You
no
don't
internet.
want to.
I can't hit up the IHOP. Like, is In-N-Out still
That's
running?
what it is. There's no internet, no IHOP. Wheels
hit
out.
up the IHOP. You're just not gonna get service.
I mean, I'll be sitting there all day. So, like, why survive? Kill me.
You
Kill
can
me.
still make yourself pancakes.
Oh man.
Do you not make pancakes?
This is America. I have someone else do it for me.
That's true.
I make dinosaur-shaped pancakes.
Really?
I make teddy bear pancakes. I make tie-dye swirled pancakes. I have fun. Pancakes are my canvas.
Damn,
like
Mom.
that.
My dad would make us huckleberry pancakes. In Montana, you go out with a gallon bucket and you go into the woods, into the wilds, and you find little huckleberry bushes, which have never been domesticated, by the way. Like, that's the reason you don't find huckleberries in stores everywhere. It's because they only grow in the wild, and they're super rare, but they grow in Montana.
What do they
we
taste
get
like?
them. They're like better blueberries.
Oh.
Really good.
Okay.
But anyways, we would go pick huckleberries, and then he'd put them in our pancakes on Sunday mornings.
Wow, my father never loved me then. Never once. My father never put anything in my pancakes.
The level of love on the scale is proportional to the number of huckleberries that are in your life.
I had 0 huckleberries in my pancakes, Daddy.
Yeah, that's the same as not showing up and being there during childhood.
Yeah. Forget all the cool school plays you came to. Not one Huckleberry.
Supporting my creative. Wait, real quick. Just fan fiction. It's nuts, right? Like, there's just like
They can do whatever they want.
just encyclopedias of like Star Wars fan fiction and Doctor Who stuff. It's crazy.
I've seen a lot of Star Wars fan films.
Oh, there's fan
but I
fiction all
haven't
up in
read.
there. DJ, fan fiction? Anybody? Nothing? Len? No? Like, we're just not in the world of fan fiction.
Seen a couple fan films.
Yeah.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen fan films, but not on the not on
Well,
the
I guess we're
reading.
gonna move on. Sorry to disappoint you,
I'm
internet.
sorry.
All right.
Huckleberries, though.
Scary Susie says, any recurring dreams or really strange dreams that have stayed with you?
You know, I don't have reoccurring dreams in the sense that I have the same plot line
Okay.
that I always return to, but I do have like 4 settings
Oh, that's
that are
very
really
specific.
weird. Like I keep
okay.
going back to like a bastardized version of my high school that's got like 7 new additions to the place.
Are you
and,
naked
like,
in it?
Oh,
Never,
yeah.
no. But then I'll have there's also this like outside almost like RPG style tree village that I return to all the time. It's really weird.
That's pretty cool.
And I remember the settings and I'll remember the pathways and all the places to go in them. It's odd.
It's a past life.
Yeah, I guess that's
You lived in a tree village.
maybe. That's my reoccurring thing, but it's weird. Like it's an odd sense of deja vu, but it's deja vu with a twist, so it's fun.
There's a television program, we just did it on the drawing board, called Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I frequently dream that I am the Avatar or that I'm flying because that is my life dream, and that's about it. But last week I had a dream that we went to The Daily Show and like Sam and Megan Tonjes were on The Daily Show, and
That's a great
man, you're
episode
having
of the
work
Daily
dreams.
Show.
yeah, I was having a work dream, and I was there. I wasn't on The Daily Show. I was just watching them. And then everybody was like, oh, Phil was coming. And Phil was actually in a TARDIS outside the building. He was coming in on a TARDIS. And I was like, oh, well, of course Phil gets a TARDIS and I don't. And I was just jealous in my dreams. And that was last week's dream.
That is.
My life, you guys don't know how depressed I will be if I wake up knowing that I'm having work dreams. I go home to not be at work. And if I bring work home to my sleep, my 8 hours of just pure bliss and grace, good God.
Yeah.
I've never had a work dream.
I used to
Never.
have work dreams all the time when I was waiting tables.
I've never even had
All
that.
the time. Like the waiting table dream where you're just absolutely weeded and nothing you can do to catch up, and like your customers are super angry at you because you're not giving them good service, and like you're moving as fast as you can and the host just keeps seating people. Like those, I used to have those all
I've heard
the
about them.
time.
They're like
when I was-
night terror.
Oh, they're the
waiting
worst.
dreams.
And like they'd ask me to like, because I worked at a Disney ice cream place, they'd ask me to like make a shake that I didn't know how to make, or like that had an ice cream in it that I had to go all the way down into the basement freezer to get, and like every order made me more and more and more behind, and it was a nightmare, like literally.
I get it. I mean, I've worked in those environments, and I could understand it because you take that stress home with you. The dreams that I know I've been having recently they're almost like brainstorming ideas, and while I'm having the dream, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing for my personal channel. I've got so many show ideas I want to do. Oh, here's a television thing, script I'm going to
that's
write. Here's a
good.
pitch, but then I wake up and I can't remember what it is.
Oh,
the only
shitty.
thing I remember waking up is, oh, that was a good idea. What was it?
Yeah.
They say that you should sleep with a notepad and a pencil right next to your bed so that if you wake up from a dream, you can write it down before you go back to sleep so you don't forget stuff like that.
Yeah, but that would interrupt my going right back to sleep.
Who knows what your subconscious is doing though in your sleep? That could be some real
when I'm
gold.
sleeping.
Yeah, that could be some real gold.
Sleep is great. During the earthquake that we had the other day, the most California thing I've ever done was during the earthquake, I woke up and I was like, oh, it's an earthquake. Then I went right back to sleep.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's an earthquake.
That was a legit move, and I can't even freaking imagine. That was a 4.7? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think
4.4?
they originally said 4.7 and then later downgraded
Yeah.
it to 4.4,
I mean,
but it was like 3 minutes
It was a legit
down the street from my
shift
house.
Yes. Yeah.
of my existence. I felt my body move without me moving. I felt the earth say, oh, know
I
your
feel the
place.
earth
Yeah.
And
move
it's the most
under my-
unnatural feeling
It is.
ever.
Oh, it's the worst.
And I can't imagine like a 6, 7.
Oh
8.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord, because
Yeah.
heart was skipping a beat.
Oh, I totally did. Like, you've seen the cartoon cat that just jumps in the air and latches onto someone's head. That's what I did in that moment. Like, I was brushing my teeth, getting ready for work at home. I literally threw my toothbrush, jumped like 5 feet in the air, and latched on to my boyfriend's head. Latched on.
I really wish there'd be like an earthquake during a table talk. Did you see that video on the news where the guy's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. And when you first watch that video, you're like, oh, come on. You
No.
kind of being a puss, but then you realize there's like hundreds
All
of
those
heavy
lights.
lights above him and stuff.
Yeah.
His reaction was totally natural.
Well,
Real.
did you see the Judge Judy clip from the last earthquake? It wasn't this past one. It was like one before that. Judge Judy, they're just like in the middle of filming, and she just, like, she's sitting there filming. She just goes, it goes like right under. And I'm like, dude, that desk would be the best protection.
Judge Judy.
Yep.
I want Judge Judy's desk next
She's
earthquake.
a baller
hope
of,
that's
of just like confidence and poise, man. She doesn't take shit from anybody.
No, Judge Judy, not even the
Yeah.
earthquake.
She is.
He's like, F you, earthquake.
She is the crap. Viva El Manny at Supermanny93 says, if you could bring back any historical figure to see the advancement of Earth, who would you choose? Who would you choose?
Benjamin Franklin traveling through time. Where do we go today? Yeah.
Galileo.
It'd be fun to bring back anybody.
Yeah, anybody. Galileo, Ben Franklin. I'm trying to think of like people that really changed the way that people think about the world. And at the time, everyone was like, "Oh, you crazy." I'd be like, "No."
It would be fun
were
to bring
kinda
back
right.
like some sect of a religious cult that he convinced everybody to kill themselves off
Oh,
because it was the
yeah.
end of the world. And you could bring him back and be like, psych!
Oh no, that's so sad, Joe.
the hardest I've ever seen. The hardest I've ever seen my mom laugh was to the episode of the show The Boondocks where it's like in the show Martin Luther King didn't die. He was just like in a coma and he came back to life and he was like distraught. I would want to bring back Martin Luther King. He'd be so upset. He'd be like, "What is twerking?" He'd be like, "What are you guys
Do
doing?"
you think he would be straight up upset, or do you think he would appreciate some of the social
intrigued.
advancements?
He'd be like, "What is BET?" No, some of them.
You think he'd be like, what is BET? Or do you think he'd be like, I love BET?
He might be like,
I bet you he would love BET.
He'd like the idea of it, then he'd watch it and he'd be like, "Oh no," like, I'm sorry.
You know, I have to say, I haven't watched anything BET.
Yeah,
I don't
Since
know.
I was
you.
like
Good for
13, probably. Like at the time that I was all like, MTV is amazing. Like that's when I was watching BET. But since then, I haven't seen a thing. I don't even know what it is now.
I don't know either. My
Really?
sister watched BET. I never once
Nobody
was like,
knows?
I'm gonna watch BET. Except I think Frasier was on it once or something. No. Was it Frasier?
There's no way.
No.
No way. Frasier's the whitest
Yeah.
show.
Oh no, he's a producer on a show on BET.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Kelsey Grammer. Frasier definitely wasn't on it. That would be great. They're like
Oh
April
my
Fools. For April Fools, they should show Frasier and Seinfeld on BET.
Could you imagine if Frasier was the highest hitting show on BET?
It could be.
That'd be
You never
amazing.
know.
That'd be great.
You never know.
Tyler Perry wouldn't exist anymore.
That would be the greatest.
Ever.
Silence.
Get it.
Last one. Hernan Ianigro.
I a Negro.
Awesome name.
If you could have back one toy that you had in your childhood, which one would it be?
Oh, sit and spin.
You just want to sit and spin.
Yes! What was better than the freaking sit and spin? I mean, maybe a Power Wheels if you had one, which I was not lucky enough to have. We've talked about this before. But yeah, the sit and spin. You just sit on it, fold your legs, and spin all day. It's
Oh
so fun.
yeah.
You just spin that all day.
I do remember those.
My mom sold mine at a garage sale. I was so mad.
My mom sold all my stuff at the
I was
garage
such a
sale.
bratty kid, though. My mom was like, had the toys in the corner that were going to be sold at the garage sale the next day. And even though I hadn't played with my sit and spin in like years, probably, I was like, you can't sell that. That's my sit and spin. I got it and put it in the middle of the floor and I sat on it and I spun all defiantly. See, I play with this.
You're spotting, but you're just staring at it the whole time.
Yep. That's something Hayden would do.
What's one of yours?
Now that you mentioned garage sales, my mom is obsessed with garage sales and yard sales just for the fun of it. And I was on a bowling team when I was younger, and I had a Spider-Man bowling ball that says William on it. It has my name on it.
This is an actual bowling.
This is an actual bowling ball
That's
from
pretty
when I was on the
cool.
bowling
That's
team.
very cool.
And she sold it. Can that count as a toy? Is a bowling
Yeah,
ball a
it's
toy?
totally a toy.
Yeah.
I want my bowling ball back.
Your Spider-Man William bowling
It says
ball.
my name on it. Will I am.
Somebody
with
is
periods.
Somebody bought that at a
bowling with a
garage sale?
Spider-Man bowling
It's
ball.
fit to my fingers. It's fit to my 11-year-old fingers. Who was like, I'm gonna buy this for my son? He doesn't.
I mean,
he's
things
not
could have
me.
been a
Unless-
beautiful coincidence in that moment.
His name was William.
Could have been Will.
Same size.
Could have loved Spider-Man.
And have the
Could-
same size fingers.
He
as
may
you.
not have
Nope.
had the same size fingers, but he was willing to take the hit because he had his freaking Spider-Man ball with his name on it.
Nah, I don't want anyone else being happy because of my thanks. I'm a douchebag.
I'm a dude. I don't like kids. I can't really, nothing really
What toy?
straight up comes to my mind because I still have all my Batman toys at my dad's house.
Good.
I still have my NES, Nintendo Entertainment
really?
System, but it's kind of the answer that I'm leaning to because I want to be back at the time when that was cool. Not that I don't love new games. I love new games, but I love the simplicity.
Yes, I agree.
And the artistic like levels that they had to go to make a game even look good or interesting back then.
Yeah.
And I just have very fond memories of spending 5 minutes getting the cartridge to work and then just playing these repetitive games to the point where it's like it became muscle memory in your mind. It was fun. I don't know.
Well, and then like you said, the simplest things would blow your mind. Like I remember the Lone Ranger game, you used the gun and the controller, and I was like, like there were so many cool things.
The first time Mario flew in Super Mario 3 was just like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Wasn't it like
And it's like the first time you see the map screen in Mario 3 and the little bushes are like bam 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 bam.
Oh, yeah. It still gets me. It still gets me all hot and bothered. I love
Quick
it.
story, which is embarrassing for even a slight gamer as myself. On that first world map, you go over and then you go up to level 1 to start level 1. I was stuck after going over for 2 hours.
Went back over.
I went over and I was like just pressing every single button trying to figure out how to enter this level, which is represented by a gold
Well,
coin.
and then if you hit A or B, you went into the pipe world.
Yeah, it might have back. Yeah, that's right. And spent 2 hours never pressing up.
you mean you couldn't watch a walkthrough on YouTube?
Not back in
No,
the day.
not back in the day. You had to get Nintendo Power magazine and read about this. Oh, so
2 hours of that,
fun.
which is great because it's amazing.
Amazing. So, what toy did you guys used to have that you wish that you still had today? Let us know in the comment section
What's
down
your
below.
favorite NES game?
Yeah!
Let us know that too because that is the bomb.
Trog. It's awesome. Try it.
Trog. Cool. I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm William Haynes.
Trisha Hirschberger.
You guys have a SourceFedNERD day.
SourceFedNerd. SourceFedNerdian.